guys, so today's video is going to be part 2 of my favorite highlighters in my collection. And today's video we're going to be concentrating on all the affordable options in this video, because in the first part I shared with you guys middle range to luxury highlighters. Even though I didn't mention some luxury highlighters, because I feel like even though they're some of my favorites, I don't know why I didn't really decide to mention them. I just didn't really justify spending the money on them. They're beautiful, but honestly, you could spend the money on any of these affordable highlighters, and honestly, some of these are even better than some of the high-end ones that I mentioned. A lot of these options are some of my favorite highlighters in my collection in general. And I'm just warning you guys right now, the majority of these options are going to be from ColourPop, because I have a few different formulas to share with you guys from ColourPop. I don't have too many drugstore highlighters. I mean, I have a few that really stand out to me and I will highly recommend to you guys, but most of the ones I'm going to be mentioning are all going to be ColourPop in the first half of the video, because there are quite a few of them. So the ones that I have to mention first, and I've loved this formula for a long time, are the ColourPop Super Shock highlighters. They are amazing. They are talked about for a reason. They really are beautiful, a beautiful, stunning formula. And I want to share with you guys the ones that I love. I mean, I'm pretty much going to share all of them with you that I have. I do have some of the Soul Body ones as well, and I'm just going to share the ones that I really love with you guys. I pulled 3 of those. Those are my 3 most worn ones. But anyway, let's jump into the Super Shock highlighters first. So my 3 most worn, I mean, definitely my most worn one out of all of them is the one from, I swear, this collection I constantly mention in every video, but honestly, Kathleen really smashed it out of the park when she came out with her Zodiac collection. I really just fell in love with everything. I'm even wearing What's Your Sign today on my lips from the collection. This is the only lipstick that I regret not buying a backup of, because this is my all-time favorite nude shade. As you guys can see how much I've used of this. This is always my go-to nude. I love it so, so much. And I wish I got a backup of this because I love it. But we're not talking about that. So the highlighter I have is On the Cusp. And this was the one that she made for lighter skin tones, as you guys can see. This is the only ColourPop Super Shock that I have pan on. I used to own ones really early on when ColourPop first launched the Super Shock highlighters. I had Lunch Money, I had Stole the Show, I believe it was called. I had Wisp, and I've been so tempted to pick those ones up again because I know I love those, but I have enough options right now that I don't really need them. But this was always one of my go-to highlighters. I should have put it on today. I wore a different highlighter today that I haven't worn in a while. It's not any of the ones I'm going to mention. I just really wanted to wear it. But this is just such a stunning, champagne color. And it's just so, so pretty. I am going to swatch the Super Shocks for you guys, but they just have this amazing, creamy, a super shiny, reflective formula to them. They're just so freaking beautiful. And this is definitely one of my most worn in my whole collection. I absolutely love this color. I never get tired of this one every time I use it. It's just one that I throw on that I know is going to look good every single time that I use it. And the reason why these are so good is because you can just throw them on with your fingers and you just tap it on your cheeks. And it always just looks so pretty. I'm going to put it on over the highlighter that I'm wearing to see how much it re-intensifies that shine. And you guys know, of course, I can't get enough of the shine. But do you see how pretty that is? I mean, it just has this super easy formula. And also, with these, if you use your fingers, it doesn't disturb any of the products that are underneath. Like, it doesn't mess up your foundation. It doesn't mess up anything. It just taps on so beautifully over any product. So that's why I will constantly recommend these. So this is definitely my most used, and I love this shade so much. And then the second one is Flexitarian. This one is raved about by multiple people on YouTube, and this one has like a cult following. And the reason why I got this one, which I believe was Butte Bean, she raved about this one for so long. She always said like how much she loved this one. This one really is amazing. It has like, and also it's really, really great for fair skin tones because it's really, really light. As you guys can see, it's much more white based than on the cusp. And it's just so super highly metallic and reflective on the cheeks. It's so blinding when you put it on. But it still has that like super smooth formula that like it just looks like a beautiful shine on your cheeks rather than looking like glittery. And that's why there's such a beautiful formula. So that one is Flexitarian. I finally caved and picked this up, I believe, last year. And I've worn this a ton. I definitely sometimes I use this whenever, like, again, a highlighter is not doing it for me and I need some extra shine. I'll tap this on top and it looks so amazing on the cheeks. So I absolutely love this one. And I believe that Tara Babes also raved about this one for a long time, and I finally decided to pick it up. So I love this one as well. And then the other one that also has a cult following, and they discontinued this one. I don't know why they did. I'm pretty sure they still have Flexitarian available. On the Cusp is not available anymore because that one is like a 3-year-old collection. But the last one I have that's not a Disney one, because the rest of the ones I'm going to share in this packaging are Disney ones, is the shade Seismic. And this was the only product in the mystery box that made it worth it to me. Because I thought the first mystery boxes that they launched were absolutely terrible. And they also gave me, because they gave me multiple duplicates, and they didn't do anything about like sending me a new product or anything. They were just like, oh, here's a $6 coupon, which I ended up using anyway. But I was really upset. I told them, like, I buy so many of your products, and I hate when like people say that about, like, I work in retail and people come to the store all the time and they're like, I buy your products all the time, like, can I get a discount? That's not what I was asking for. I said, the reason why I said, like, I spend a lot of money on your products and I order from you guys at least once a month. I was like, can you at least like send me like 2 or 3 products that I didn't get in the box? Like, because I already paid for the box. And I was going to order more stuff anyway, like next month anyway, and the month after that. Like, I still order so many products from them. And their only answer was, you have to show us and take a picture of it and everything. And I was like, well, I already gave away the duplicates to friends and I also did a giveaway on my channel. Because I was like, why am I going to keep these duplicates in my collection? Maybe I should have taken a picture as soon as I got them. But I was still going to give it away. But it was just like stupid. Like, they should know what's in the box. Like, me as the consumer, I don't know what I'm ordering because it's a mystery box. But anyway, I was really, really happy that this was in there because I've been wanting to try this highlighter for so long. It's such a stunning, like, super, super sparkly highlighter. And it is kind of similar to Flexitarian, but it is a little different because it has those little multi-glitters in it. And it's a little bit more of a silver-based one. Flexitarian is a little bit more white-based. And this one is so stunning as well because I think it was also Tara Babes that absolutely raved about this highlighter. This was like her #1 favorite highlighter from ColourPop for a long time. And then she said they were going to discontinue it. So I was like, I need to get on it and actually get it. And she was totally right. I like this one even more than Flexitarian because Flexitarian sometimes is a little bit too intense for me and a little bit too white. It's still freaking stunning. But this one, there's something about this one that's not like super blinding. It just looks super metallic on your cheeks and it's so stunning. So I absolutely love this one as well. And then the 3 from the Disney collections. The first one is the Tinkerbell Super Shock in the shade Happy Thoughts. They also, I believe, just recently discontinued these. So if you didn't get your hands on them before, they had them available for at least a year or so. This one is the shade Happy Thoughts. And this one is more of like a kind of super like kind of taupey color, and this one is also really gorgeous. This one's a lot more cool tone than some of the other ones that I showed you guys. This one is almost a little bit dark for me, but I can make it work because I can just get away with this one. And this one's much darker than the other 3, but it's also a stunning highlighter as well. I went through a phase where I was wearing this and the blush a lot when I first got them because I just thought they were both so beautiful. But this one is also a really stunning one as well. I haven't worn it in quite a while because y'all know I'm always rotating so many highlighters in my collection. But this one is super stunning, so I just wanted to mention that one. And then the last 2 in this packaging are both from the Winnie the Pooh collection. And I just loved the tones of highlighters that they released in this collection. That I originally only picked up Silly Old Bear, but then I kept on eyeing the other gold shade in the collection as well. I'm sorry, this one is upside down. I don't know why. So I ended up picking up 100 Acre Wood recently as well. This is the most recent one that I've picked up. But you guys know that I love gold highlighters, and for some reason I didn't own a gold highlighter in the Super Shocks until I got these ones. So I was like, I kind of want 2 different options. And I'm not sure if I've actually swatched these side by side yet. So I'm kind of curious to see the different undertones. But this one is more of like a yellow-based gold. And this one is my new favorite one. I love this color so much. It's such a stunning yellow gold, but it's not too yellow. It's like a true yellow golden undertone, and it's so beautiful. And this one is beyond creamy as well, and it's a stunning highlighter as well. I love this shade so much. As you guys can see, it's much more golden as the more so than the other ones, and it's just such a beautiful shade. So absolutely love the formula of these, and these ones I feel like are even creamier than the older ones that I showed you guys. They were just pretty much like perfected this formula. And then the second one, I don't know why I can't open this with my nails, but I don't really want to try to. So this one is definitely much more golden toned than Silly Old Bear. Silly Old Bear is much lighter. As you guys can see, this one's more of like a much more golden undertone, and this one is 100 Acre Wood, and this one is also stunning. I love this one. Yeah, I can definitely tell that one is definitely darker. Yeah, this one actually is way more yellow gold than Silly Old Bear. But again, this one's stunning, and this is actually a really good gold for my fair skin tone. Even though this was like for like more towards medium skin tones, because they released 3 different shades for the Winnie the Pooh collection for a fair, medium, and dark skin tone. But this really works well for fair skin tones as well. So this is beautiful, and I absolutely love it. So let's stop talking about the Super Shocks, because I've been talking about them for almost 15 minutes already. But I just wanted to tell you guys I absolutely love them. So those are the Super Shock highlighters. Okay, and then the other 2. So let's talk about some of the pressed powder ones. So these also aren't available anymore, but I have worn these so much since I've had them and worn them so much over the years. And these are the ones from the Disney Designer Midnight Masquerade collection. Of course, you guys know I love the Midnight Masquerade collection. And the first one I wanted to talk about is, of course, my favorite Disney Princesses highlighter, which is Coronation. I have worn this one so many times because this is like the perfect peach highlighter for me. Like, I don't have that many that are this undertone and this color, and I absolutely love this one. As you guys can see, I've used and abused this one, but it's such a beautiful peach highlighter. I'm just going to swatch this one too. It's not going to really show that well on my hand, but it's such a super smooth, beautiful peach highlighter. This was the one that I loved in the collection. I know everybody loved Horse and Carriage and absolutely raved about it, and I'm going to talk about that one in a second because it's also stunning. But this was the winner for me because I wore this one a ton when I first got it, and I still wear it to death. I love it so, so much. I am forgetting another highlighter. Give me 1 second. I can't believe I almost forgot this. One of my all-time favorite ones. And then the other one is Horse and Carriage. I had this one in front of me already. And this one is Cinderella's highlighter. And this one really is super, super stunning. I mean, again, this collection just smashed it out of the park for me. Everything in this collection is phenomenal. And this one is like a super white reflective highlighter. But it doesn't have like, it has like a slight green hint to it, but it doesn't make it like that super reflective lime green that sometimes is in like super white highlighters like this that made it like more duochromy. It's just a gorgeous white highlighter, and I've worn this one a ton as well. And every time I talk about these, I want to wear them all the time. And I want to keep them in front of me. But I have like 5 other highlighters that I would like to wear soon. That I would like to wear to work. Because I can finally like not wear a mask tomorrow. Or actually Tuesday. Because she took me off Tuesday. She took me off Monday. Because she needs me to work Tuesday night instead. So she gave me off today and tomorrow. Which was nice. But this highlighter is stunning, and it was raved about for a reason. This was a standout product in the collection. It's gorgeous, but y'all know I love everything in that collection. It's amazing. And then the last Disney highlighter I wanted to mention, and again, I cannot believe I was going to forget this one, but this was the only one that I picked up from the Disney Villains collection, and this is the Maleficent highlighter. Of course, this one is not available anymore either, but oh my god, this is my favorite. This is probably my favorite highlighter that they did, like favorite highlighter formula that they ever did for Disney. Like, this is one of my all-time favorite highlighters. I went through such a phase with this highlighter, and I was wearing it constantly. And again, as you can tell how much I've actually used this, you can tell the same thing when I showed you guys the Coronation one on how messy both of these are on the outside, because I love both of these so much. This one is just so damn pretty. It's so highly reflective and beautiful, and the formula was so, so creamy in this. I don't know what it was, but it's just so freaking stunning. And I just loved this one for so long. It does definitely swatch deeper than I thought it did. But it's phenomenal. And it was just so super sparkly and reflective and beautiful on the cheeks. I absolutely love this one. So I had to talk about this one. But I wore this so much. And again, this was one of those highlighters where if something was not giving it to me, and I tapped this on top, it like transformed it to be like amazing on my cheeks. Or if something was too dark for me, for my skin tone, this was gorgeous. I love this highlighter. Again, this is my second all-time favorite Disney collab besides the Disney designer. So everything that came out in both of these collections, I will rave about forever. So, okay, so couple more individual highlighters. Let's finish up talking about the Super Shocks, and I just want to talk about 3 of the Soul Body highlighters. So the first one I want to talk about was the first one that I got that I added to my collection. And this one is from the Blush Crush collection. And this one is called You're a Catch. And I absolutely love this one because it's a really so pretty. I've worn this one so much. It's such a gorgeous, like, super light pink, but it's not too pink on the cheeks. It's kind of like a white rosy color. It's not like super pink. And it's just so damn beautiful on the cheeks. I absolutely love this one. It's just so pretty. And I'm going to swatch it right here. I've worn this one so much. Whenever I don't know what pink highlighter to wear, I always reach for this one. Because it has such a beautiful, like, soft, romantic reflectiveness to it. I love it so much. And I've worn this one to death. It's beautiful. I absolutely love this one. It's gorgeous. And then the other one that I've worn the most out of the Soul Body highlighters is the one from the Barbie collection. And this one is in the shade Beach Party. And this one is the only gold one that I own in the Soul Body highlighters. The only thing I don't love about this one is that the packaging is a little bit cheaper on this one, that like kind of the product comes off with the insert. Maybe I should just take the insert out like I did with this one, because I feel like it doesn't really do it any favors because it kind of scrapes out. But it is a stunning highlighter on the cheeks, and again, it's a very highly reflective Super Shock, very creamy, and I love that it's like a super light gold, and it's just so beautiful. This is one of my favorite summertime highlighters to wear. Again, if I don't know what highlighter to wear, I always reach for this one, and I love wearing it with the Barbie palette, which is one of my favorite summer palettes from ColourPop. So I absolutely love this one as well. And then the last one from Soul Body, my nose is already running, is the one from the Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer collection. This collection really blew my socks off. I can't believe how much I actually ended up loving everything from it. So this one is the shade Jingle Jingle Jingle. It's so freaking cute. But I went through a phase with this highlighter last Christmas, and I wore it almost every single day in December. That's how much I ended up loving it. I have to use a scissor to open this too. So this one is really cute, and I also really like that this one was a smaller compact. I also have the Fly shade, like So Fly shade, which I like, but I love this one way more. That one is still a really pretty one too, don't get me wrong. Oh, it kind of came out of the pan. That's not the first time that's happened to me, but it's just so pretty, and you think it really doesn't look like much, but on the cheeks, I mean, it just looks like a goldeny champagne in the pan, but when you put it on your cheeks, it reflects like so many beautiful colors, because it has like little red and green multi-glitters in it. So you feel like you're wearing Christmas on your face, literally all Christmas, and it's just so pretty. Oh, I love this highlighter. It's so gorgeous. You're not going to be able to see it in person, but on my finger, I can see the little red glitters in it, and it's so damn pretty. Oh, it's so pretty. Look at that. Look at that. Hopefully you guys can see it reflecting a little bit, because I can see it in person. Oh my god, I love it. They like just knocked it out of the park for me with this one. I loved wearing this all winter. I just could not get enough of it. It's so gorgeous on the cheeks. Oh, I loved this collection. They really did an amazing job with this collection. Okay, and then I have just 3 powder highlighters to share with you guys, because honestly, they don't really come out with too many powder highlighters anymore, and it's kind of a shame because I freaking love their powder highlighters a lot. I also just got this one in Flip Flop from ColourPop. I've only used it once, and this is one of the Super Shocks, but I'm already in love with this one. It's so freaking pretty. Oh my god, I just wanted to mention it because I already know I love it, and I wore it yesterday, and it's so gorgeous. Oh, it's so pretty. I'm definitely going to get a ton of use out of this one, so even though I only used it once, I love it. So that's the last Super Shock one I just wanted to quickly mention. Okay, so the powder highlighters I have here, Kitty Kitty, which is one of their really old highlighters, but this is definitely one of my most color pop highlighters. Yes, Caitlin, it's from ColourPop. One of my most worn ColourPop highlighters ever. I reach for this all the time whenever I want something. Like, I probably would have worn it today if I wasn't wearing what I was wearing, but I just wanted to throw on the cusp to have at least one of these highlighters on in this video. But this is so gorgeous. It's such a pretty soft gold highlighter, and this was one of my first ColourPop highlighters in the powder form, and it's just a really beautiful, like, goldeny white gold kind of highlighter, and it's so beautiful. Their powder highlighters, again, just glide on the skin so beautifully, and they're just so gorgeous. So I absolutely love this one. I don't think they have this one available anymore. I never depotted it, but I did really like these compacts that they came in. They're not really cheap plastic. They hold up very, very well, and they have a mirror in them. So I really like this one a lot. And then the other two powder highlighters I have is, of course, from the Double Play duo. And the highlighter in here is called Patted Down. They had very sexual names for these, which I wasn't really a fan of. But y'all know how much I love this duo from ColourPop. But this highlighter, I wear this highlighter so much. This was my first pressed powder highlighter I ever owned from ColourPop. And I still use it today. I've used it so many times. I think I just used it last week. Whenever I just want to throw something on and I don't want to think about it, I just grab this duo and wear the blush and highlight, and I'm out the door because it's always so beautiful. But this highlighter is so stunning. I wish they would bring this powder formula back because they did it so well. And they're still like my favorite highlighters. Since the Midnight Masquerade collection came out, I'm like, can they stop with these Soul Body highlighters and just bring back their powder highlighters? Because they're so good. And that one is Patted Down right there. It's a little bit more champagne-y gold than the other two that I swatched, and it's really beautiful. Such a super smooth formula. I absolutely love this one. And then the last one I've also worn so many times, and I mentioned this one in my my ColourPop blush video, but I have to mention the highlighter because I have worn this highlighter a ton as well, and it's the shade Dreamscape. This is one of the powder highlighters, and it's just so beautiful. This one is so beyond creamy. Like, everything that they came out with these pans are amazing. Like, this is by far their best powder formula for highlighters. Hands down. And this highlight is kind of like that white color that's like super reflective, but there's something about this that it doesn't look like stark white on your cheeks. Because for me, even though I do have fair skin, and people are always raving about that, you know, fair skin tones should wear, you know, more like lighter highlighters, there's something about this one that makes it so pretty on the cheeks that it doesn't look like stark white. It's so gorgeous. I love this highlighter. I think I was just wearing it in, I think, my ColourPop countdown video. I think I was wearing it in my ColourPop blushes video. Yeah, I think I was. That's why I mentioned it, and it's amazing. I love it so much. If you guys want to see what it looks like, you can go check out that video. But this one is just so gorgeous. It's been one of my favorites for so long. I don't know why they won't bring it back. Okay, now let's finally get into some other brands. Okay, I have two more from ColourPop. One of them is one of the colors, what are these called? Light sticks, and this one's in the shade Bullseye. This is one of the cream sticks, and I absolutely love this one. I wear this one a lot as well, especially in the summertime. Whenever I wear one of the blush sticks, I love wearing this one with it because it just is so damn pretty, and I love wearing this one when, again, I just want to tap something on and not really think about it. It's just so gorgeous, and it's a really beautiful, like, super reflective gold, as you guys can see. It's so pretty. It's so gorgeous in the summertime, and again, these are so underrated from ColourPop because these are amazing. They always just release too many products when they do products well. They really do. And then I love this. I do have two other loose highlighters from them, but this is the one that I love the most because I have two of the, like, all over body shimmers from the Candy collection and the Bambi collection, but I don't love those two as much as this one. This was from, I think, their New Year's collection that they did earlier this year. Who knows? But this is one of the, so this is finally one that they released in smaller packaging, and they released 3 different shades in these. This is the Luster Dust in the shade In the Groove. This is so gorgeous on the cheeks. You guys know I'm all into the loose highlighters this year. But this is beyond gorgeous, and it's so highly reflective on the cheeks. It has so many different sparkles in it, and it's just gorgeous. Gorgeous. And it is right there, and it's so beyond pretty on the cheeks. And again, instant intensity when you put this on. I can't believe how good this was, and I've worn this a ton, and I love it. I went through a phase where I was just wearing this to work, and it's so beyond gorgeous. I love it. Okay, so now we're going to mention ones from the drugstore. So I just wanted to mention these two first. You can't really get them in stores anymore. You have to order them on your website. On their website. But if you want something that is super intense, blinding, some of my favorite highlighters in my collection, I wear these all the time in the summer, and they're beyond gorgeous. Look no further than Catrice. These are so amazing, and these are pretty much the only products that I own from Catrice. I used to have their Catrice concealer, and I also love that concealer too. It's so good. But I tried to get into some Catrice products, and then I forgot whose channel I watched that mentioned these. I wasn't sure if it was Kathleen Lights, but somebody mentioned them on their channel about how amazing they were. So I was super curious and picked up the shade Supreme Rose Beam myself, and the other shade I have is Beyond Golden Glow, and this is when they were still available at Ulta. Oh my god, these are like some of the best highlighters I've ever tried in my collection. I love these so much, and they're only like $5. And I would say this is like one of the best formulas that you only, I'm telling you, the drugstore got it right with highlighters. Some of them are even better than some of my more expensive ones. So this one is, let me just have some water, hold on. So this one is Supreme Rose Beam. They're just so beyond creamy and so highly reflective, and they just glide on the cheeks, and it's just amazing. Look at that and how beautiful that is. So beyond gorgeous. Cannot say enough about these. They are amazing. And then the other one is Beyond Golden Glow, which again, phenomenal highlighter. It's like this really super reflective gold. And again, they're so creamy for only being a few dollars. I cannot believe how smooth and highly reflective they are. And that one is, come on. The swatches pretty much show you how blinding and beaming they are. It really is a supreme rose beam. They are so beaming. And then they also beam on your cheeks too. They're amazing. So beautiful. Absolutely love these. They're phenomenal highlighters. Highly recommend these if you have not tried them. Amazing. My two favorite highlighting formulas from the drugstore, well, actually three. I have three. The first ones are the Master Chrome by Face Studio highlighters by Maybelline. Oh my god, these are all so freaking amazing. I can't believe how impressed I was with these. Again, these are super creamy and highly reflective. Oh, they are so good. So the first one that I have is Molten Gold. Of course, you guys know. Well, this was the first shade they ever came out with in this formula. And I think that this went viral and so many people were talking about it. I'm like getting it. It's so creamy, but so gorgeous on the cheeks. And I also hit pan on the center of this one. I used this one so much when I first got it. And they're so creamy. So that one is the gold, of course. So that one is Molten Gold. It's a little bit dark for me now, but I still wear it when I can. And it's absolutely stunning. And then the second one I have is, and this was the second one that they came out with, and I was like, done, I need this shade, it's so pretty. This one is the shade Molten Rose Gold, and this one is such a gorgeous rose highlighter, because it's just the undertone for me of these. Again, you see like how much powder on the outside, but I use this one a lot still because it's one of my favorite rosy tone highlighters because, again, I don't have too many in my collection. But whenever I don't know which one to wear, I just wear this one and I always know it's going to be amazing. And it's just gorgeous. As you guys can see, it's more pink. And it's so pretty. They're so reflective on camera. Oh, they're all so pretty. I love all of these highlighters so much. And then the last one, I believe they do not have available anymore. But this is the one that they did with Nikki Tutorials. And I just loved the color of this one that I was like, I need that in my life. And this is so damn pretty as well. This one is called 250. And I think the reason why they didn't give this one a name is because it was in collaboration with Nikki Tutorials. I think that they probably couldn't keep the name with her for so long because, you know, they all have contracts that expire eventually. But this one is such a stunning white gold highlight. It's so pretty. I just wore this one recently, like a week or two ago, and it's just so gorgeous. I never get tired of these. They're beyond stunning. I think my favorite one is the Nikki Tutorials one because it's such a gorgeous highlighter for fair skin tones. It's so gorgeous. I'm not sure if they have any of these available anymore, but if you guys see these at Marshall's or TJ Maxx, snatch them up. They're amazing. You will not regret it. I love them. And then, of course, I have to mention these, but these are cult classic ones, and they were pretty much the first ones that kind of brought drugstore highlighters back a few years ago. And of course, I'm going to talk about the Wet n Wild Mega Glow highlighting powders. All these are so pretty. So I have 3 of them. I have 2 from the original launch of them, which is Precious Petals and Blossom Glow. Literally, you could not put on a YouTube video without somebody mentioning Precious Petals. This was like the most popular shade. Unfortunately, my packaging broke. The packaging is beyond cheap, but they are only $5. These were the best affordable option that you could get at the time. They are amazing, and they still slay. They're still amazing. Hopefully it still smells good. But this one is Precious Petals. And I think the reason why everybody fell for this one so hard is that It was really the first, like, really rose gold highlighter from the drugstore. And it's just gorgeous. Gorgeous. And they're super creamy. So that one is Precious Petals. I'm not going to swatch all of them. I'm just going to swatch Precious Petals for you guys, just for you guys to see. But it's super smooth, beautiful, highly reflective, creamy formula. And I absolutely love them, and they're only a few dollars. So Wet n Wild still makes amazing highlighters. And honestly, Wet n Wild is pretty much one of the only affordable drugstore brands out there. Maybelline and L'Oreal and CoverGirl, all the big ones have gotten so expensive, but Wet n Wild has maintained their cheaper prices, and I can appreciate them for that. And then the other one, of course, was Blossom Glow. I've worn this one so many, I've worn Precious Petals so many times, but this one I loved wearing as like a highlighting topper, but I also would wear this a lot on its own as well because it's such a gorgeous, like, icy pink highlighter. I have to swatch it. How am I supposed to explain it without swatching it? But it's so gorgeous. And again, they're so creamy. Can you believe how creamy that is for only $5? And that one is Blossom Glow. And it's so gorgeous. I think it's up here. Hopefully. It's right here. Yes. I don't know why it's like kind of reflecting that whole thing, but it's beautiful. Absolutely love it. And then the last one is one of the newer ones. Not really that new, because this one I think came out in 2020, and that was the last one that I picked up. And this one is the shade Bloom Time, and this one is also a gorgeous pink highlighter, but it's kind of like a warm-toned pink, which I didn't really own in my collection. It's kind of like a golden pink, and it's so gorgeous. I love wearing this one in the springtime because it's called Bloom Time. I mean, could you be any punnier, Caitlin? But it's gorgeous. I absolutely love this one. And I got this because I think Kathleen Lights raved about it. She raved about the Wet n Wild highlighters. So I was like, I have to get them because they're so cheap and they're so amazing. Okay. We only have a few more to talk about. And then my other favorite drugstore brand for highlighters is Milani. They make some amazing highlighters. The first one I ever got from them was one of the Afterglow Strobe Light Instant Glow Powders. It's called the Strobe Light Instant Glow Powder in the shade Afterglow. I always screw up the name of this because it's such a long name. I don't know why. This is also freaking stunning. It's like a gorgeous, like, stark pink highlight, and it's just so beyond smooth on the skin. Absolutely love this one. And then the next one is one of the highlighting palettes from Milani, and this is the Rose Glow Stellar Lights highlighter palette, and I have the shades Pearl, Golden Quartz, and Rose Gold, and I love these. You would think that these would look too dark for me on my skin tone, but 99% of the time, I usually just swirl all three of them together. And these are so intense on the cheeks. And I got this one again because of Kathleen Lights, and I've used this one a ton. I was going through a phase with this that I wore this so much because they're so gorgeous on the cheeks and so highly reflective. Oh my god, they're so beyond creamy as well. They're just so good. Look how shiny those are and intense and beautiful. Like, Milani, how do you make highlighters so well? So that's the lightest shade and then that gold shade in the middle. Amazing. And then the last, most recent one that I've gotten, I only got this one, I think, a few months back. This is the Baked Highlighter in the shade Champagne d'Oro. And I got one of the Baked Highlighters because I was very curious to try one of them. Oh, this is so beautiful too. I love Milani's baked highlighter formula, or baked formula in general. I have their baked blushes and I have their Dolce highlighter, bronzer, which I keep in front of me all the time. Amazing formula. This is so gorgeous too. Oh, it's so pretty. And it's super creamy. And this one is also so highly reflective and gorgeous. So I'm going to swatch that one on the bottom. It's beautiful. I absolutely love it. Okay, I'm starting to get really tired. That COVID fatigue is kicking in. So I just wanted to mention these last three. Okay, two more drugstore / affordable options. The first one is by Flower Beauty, and this is the only highlighting product that I own from Flower Beauty, but I got this. I believe I got this one as well because of Andrea Mattiliano. She raved about this one, but she also constantly raved about this highlighting palette on her channel, so I picked it up. And this is the Flower Shimmer and Strobe Highlighting Palette. And this is the one for lighter skin tones. I thought it said the shade names on the back, but it doesn't. But it's just the lighter one that has like the white shade, the pink, and the gold. Oh, Lord Jesus. These are so... I'm sorry. Oh, my God. These are so amazing because these are some of the creamiest highlighters I've ever used. They are just so stunning. And they just are so smooth. Like, beyond smooth. They're so amazing. And again, I went through a phase with these where I wore these so much, but I also would like top off any highlighter that like wasn't doing it for me for these, because they're just so intense and they glide on so easily. Like, you barely need any product because it's a extremely creamy formula that it's so intense on your cheeks, and it's so beyond gorgeous. I wish I wore this today. That's probably what I should have worn today. But I'm talking about a lot of highlighters like that today. But it's amazing. I absolutely love these. And Flower Beauty makes some really amazing formulas, especially shimmer formulas. A lot of people love their shimmery eyeshadows, and their highlighters are phenomenal. This is such an amazing palette. And then the last one from the drugstore is the Pixie. Well, it's not really from the drugstore. It's from Target. Pixie by Petra, I think, is a very expensive Target brand. They're like not even mid-range prices. They range from like $15 to $20. But I do like the Pixie Glowy Gossamer Duo in the shade Delicate Dew. I do wear this a ton. And this is really beautiful. I've actually been trying to hit pan on this for a while. I feel like I'm so close, but we're just going to swatch it for you guys anyway. It's really beautiful on the cheeks. It took me a little while to warm up to this product. I didn't love it instantly when I got it. It's when I started using it more is when I really fell in love with it. And I usually just mix both shades together and wear it that way. I rarely wear either of the shades on its own, but there's the two swatched. Really, really gorgeous. It's definitely more beautiful on the cheeks. The swatch doesn't really do it justice. But these are also very, very creamy. Not as creamy as the flower ones, but they are pretty. So, but I kind of wouldn't say run out and buy this because, again, you could get like a more intense highlighter from the Flower Beauty or the Milani. And I think that they're pretty much... I think these are actually both cheaper than the Pixie one. I think these are like $14 or maybe less, and this is like 18 bucks. So I would say just get one of these if you want more than one option. And then the last one is not a drugstore brand, but it is an affordable brand, and I cannot believe how much I fell in love with this. But I tried Moira Cosmetics on a whim, and this is the only highlighter that I have from them, but this highlighter is so amazing. And this is the Moira Sun Glow Face and Body Highlighter in the shade Sweet Champagne. This is so intense, but it's so beyond gorgeous. And again, if you want a highlighter that is going to blind everybody in the summertime, this is absolutely amazing. It's so damn creamy on the cheeks, and it has such a beautifully creamy formula. But it's also super intense, but I love it so much. Again, it's not going to swatch that amazingly, but on the cheeks, it's so super sparkly, but it's also so intense and gorgeous. And every time I wear this highlighter, I always have someone ask me, what are you wearing on your cheeks, because I usually wear this to like the beach or the pool because I always know it's going to be so highly reflective, and it reflects like so beautifully in the sunlight. This was like my go-to highlighter last summer. It's just so beautiful and intense. And Moira is also a really affordable brand, and they have such underrated products because everyone was talking about their blushes last year, but their highlighters and their eyeshadows are absolutely amazing. So highly recommend that as well. Oh my god, we finally got through this video. Those are all my favorite affordable highlighters in my collection. Please like and subscribe. Follow me on my social media. Oh my god, I can't even talk because I felt like I had glitter all over my hands, but it's only on the back of my hand. So please like and subscribe. Follow me on my Instagram at CBW819 and check out my Poshmark at the same handle. And I love you guys so much. Please let me know what your favorite affordable highlighters are and what your favorite highlighters are in general. And let me know if you tried any of these highlighters for yourself. I love you guys so much. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.